We are already jumping back into the action for our next game of the day. This is, of course, HMNZ taking on the Swordfish. Heavy Metal New Zealand, I should say. And to answer the question in chat that Tiger Blaze 11 asks, are arties allowed? Yes, they are. But after the big arty nerf, no one really picks them. We have seen a couple of tier 6 arties on mines, but really I'm not convinced by those either. So right now we're going to be rolling out here on Ruinberg as these guys do battle in their quarterfinal with Heavy Metal NZ. They've played in a couple of Go4WoTs right now. They're really getting into it, taking on the Swordfish, a slightly more experienced team. So let's take a look at their lineups first. HMNZ, they are bringing two IS3s, one IS6. I was about to say 3 IS3s, but no, they are bringing that premium IS6 into the fray. 2 54 lightweights and 2 29s. So I'll opting for those 2 29s instead of a tier 8 and a tier 6, which I think is a pretty good move, to be honest, here on Ruinberg, and get them into some nice hold down positions, and they can be pretty effective for a tier 7 tank. Right now though, the Swordfish, they're going to be fielding 1 AMX 5100, 1 T32, 3 T54 lightweights, 1 IS2 and a T29, also going for that double tier 7 route. Already we're going to be seeing some base cap action happening with HMNZ, moving on towards that one flag, and already getting lots of shots across on towards the defenders. We can see Long Peter right here in his IS2. Well, that armor's certainly not holding up as he's dropped down to 139 HP already. Right there, we've got Panzerkiller, his T29 needs to start getting some resets happening. So I'm really liking this early pressure put on by HMNZ on towards the Swordfish, and really kind of forcing them to react. There we are getting some resets coming in, but even look at this, we can see is that, yeah, we've got the 2 T54 lightweights here from HMNZ pressuring the other flag. So what this is doing is actually distracting 3 of the Swordfish T54 lightweights on this flag, although it's all well and good to distract them. They really do need to actually take out the other flag though, while Kiwi Freedom here is kind of playing around with 3 other tanks. These guys, they need to be winning this other flag, because otherwise that's been completely pointless. They have the numbers advantage of this flag. I'm not too sure what positions like this really, I mean, this 2 here, very much in the open, and he's going to pay for it. He does manage to take down Pizom, but one more shot, and there's nowhere for him to hide. It's going to be coming in for sure. And maybe from the AMX 5100, maybe from that IS2. Oh no, there we go. Actually, nice angling there from Tui, and he's going to survive for a little bit longer. But right now, it is not looking good for Heavy Metal NZ, and that is going to mean that again, that's another track hit there. But one more shot from that T54 lightweight. Oh no, not quite. This IS3 is an absolute monster. Does finally go down though. And that is going to mean that Swordfish have just got to do a little bit of clean-up work, a little bit of polishing off on towards Ginger there in that T29. And there we go. A few more shots. That's not worked out for HMNZ. Back to the drawing board for this strategy as Swordfish clean them up without any real trouble, it's got to be said. So it's going to mean Swordfish coming out 1. On top of for the first match there we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the team score right now. So we've got up the top of HMNZ's lineup, Tui up there with 1.2k damage. We've also got Bogan Warrior there, 1.1k. On the other side though, we've got Hot Trank, 2.2k damage in the AMX 5100. Panzerkiller with the T29 dealing 1,977 damage. So it's looking like right now it's going to be hard, I think, for HMNZ to come back from that one. I mean, they were really not looking good at any stage in that one. In that match right there, I mean, they tried to push out on towards the 2 flag with two of their tier 8 light tanks, the T54 lightweights. That didn't work whatsoever. Um, yeah, and the Swordfish just had an excellent defense going on there as well. So. Alrighty, but as well as that, that's right. The Swordfish also they have they have the best logo I think out of all of the teams. Best or worst, I'm not too sure, but their logo is fully blue. In fact, let's go ahead and maybe even see if we can bring up the logos right here, so we can take a look at the head-to-head matchup between these two teams. So there we go. Alrighty, let's bring it up as we've got the Swordfish. There we go, and HMNZ. And Swordfish with their nice, completely blue logo right there. So, alrighty. But jumping back into the game now, we can take a look at some of the tank picks that are getting underway. And let's go ahead and look at those ones. We've got... What's... Okay, so it's looking like they might be on the HMNZ, so I might just be wanting to remove their T29s. So, okay. Not entirely sure whether that's all that they're going to be doing, or... But last round anyway, I don't think we're going to be seeing a resurgence of the kind of split and distract strategy that we saw just there from heavy metal either, because that just did not work out. You know, sending two tanks to an open flag. I mean, sure, you get a little bit of pressure, but you don't need to send two your tier 8 tanks. You know, you can send a tier 8 and your tier 6. Well, of course, they didn't have a tier 6. So, yeah. Right now, though, it's looking like... yeah. Alrighty, so we're going to be getting the draft in from the start. But overall, it's looking like the guys from HMNZ, they're going to be taking out their T29s and going for a Cromwell. So, adding a bit of British action into the mix right there, and a RHM. So going for, I do believe that if they mean the French TD, my memory serves me correctly. Must admit, don't play the French line at all. The only French tank that I actually own, apart from the tier 1, of course, is the French tier 8 Premium, which is, I'm just trying to remember the name of it, because it's also been a while since I've driven it, but I see so many AMXs that names just escape me. You know, I'm going to cheat a little bit here and take a look at the tech tree. French, the FCM50T, that's the one. FCM50T, but team training. Let's go ahead. There we go. Back in action. So yeah, right now though, we're not going to be seeing any of those ones. I don't think. We've got two T54 lightweights picked for the Swordfish right there. And the response is going to be a Cromwell and an RHM from HMNZ. Swordfish picking an AMX 5100, that French tier 8 heavy tank with the auto-loading cannon in it, and a T32. That reminds me as well, for those watching the stream, I've also been looking at trying to get the nice spectator mod that the Wargaming League uses, but unfortunately it actually it shows, for example, the reload status on things like, well, things like guns and autoloaders, but unfortunately it actually does require a client-side mod as well on all of the players' computers. So not going to be able to get in there, but alrighty, so it's looking like right now though, going to be getting some more picks in. 2 T54 lightweights, so right now both teams have a couple of T54s. We've got T29 and IS2 there picked by Swordfish. What else have we got? So IS3, yeah, nothing really too special. And I think Swordfish here, they're going to be coming into this one. They're going to be confident. You know, they've just taken out HMNZ without many worries at all. I think they lost 1 tank last battle. So, yeah, last tank is the IS3. Not going to be seeing anything particularly crazy there, apart from the RHM, which is slightly different. Although from memory, I think, in fact, no, I do know that. Yeah, I'm 99% sure that Heavy Metal Tank Company have picked a TD and potentially even the RHM on this map before. On the offensive side, though, from memory, which doesn't really make much sense, but I don't think they won that one. This time, though, on the defense, you know, an RHM get some nice damage out there. Could potentially, maybe work. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know, but anyways, we're going to be jumping into this one fairly soon. 15 seconds left. And I think as well, I'm Kiwi. It could be a tank that he just enjoys playing. Could be a tank that he feels he's good at playing as well. So there are many reasons that we see some of the slightly different tanks picked here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup on rollout right here. So we've got Taney Local in the IS3. In the first IS3, Tui in another IS3 here for HMNZ. Bogan Warrior in that premium IS6. Going to be having I Am Kiwi driving this French Tier 8 tank destroyer there, that RHM. Kiwi Freedom in the T54 lightweight, as is Madman 99 here. And last but not least on the Kiwi lineup, we've got Ginger in the Cromwell. So on the other side though, Hot Trang is going to be in this AMX 5100. We've got Everlasting VN in the IS3 here, as, oh no, not as this Pizon, but Pizon is in the T32 this time here, so that Tier 8 American heavy tank. We've got Ronan in a T54 lightweight, Ronald Pele in the T54 lightweight as well, Long Peter in his IS2, and Panzer Killer in this T29. So here we go, we are going to be seeing the push finally starting to come in here from the Swordfish, and it's looking like the one flag is their chosen flag. There's not going to be any distractions coming in here for the Swordfish. They're just going to be going straight towards a flag, and I like that. Excuse me, I like that sort of strategy from them. So let's see how it plays out right now. I actually want to take a look at I Am Kiwi right here in this tank destroyer and seeing what sort of shots he's able to get on towards the advancing attackers. So, oh, look at that. Bogan Warrior already. We're seeing Long Peter going down. Ginger in the Cromwell just taken down Pizon in the T32. So already this defense is looking pretty good for the guys on HMNZ. They have taken a few shots. Taney Local in his IS3 dropped down a little bit there to 42% HP. Make that 25 as he takes another shot. As the sirens are sounding. The base cap is on 25 right now, but I feel as though it's very much HMNZ that is in control. For how long, though, I'm not too sure. Taney Local, there we go, goes down to Ronald Pele. Nice shot there, penetrating that IS3's armor. And the T54 lightweight now is in a little bit of trouble too. He gets a nice hit on him, 368. HP worth of damage right there to in a little bit of trouble now, as well as we've just seen I Am Kiwi in that RHM tank destroyer take down Panzer Killer. Ronald Pele goes down. And right now it is a 4-on-4 in terms of tier 8s. Ginger is up for HMNZ as well, so they do have that extra sort of Cromwell on the field. It can put out a little bit of damage, particularly on these T54 lightweights. But right now, that AMX 5100 Hot Train is going to have to start pulling his weight, start dishing out a lot of damage. And I feel as though this IS-3 in the cap right here, I don't know if it's a good move for him to sit there and just ignore the battle effectively, because he's just been reset by the Cromwell anyway. So right now though, Ronald Pele does just take down Bogan Warriors, so these guys in the T54 lightweights are doing a great job right here. The Swordfish are kind of turning this one around a little bit. One more shot and Kiwi Freedom will be down. In the meantime, the Cromwell there, Ginger, not looking too good, dropped down to 41% HP. Oh, look at that, the RHM getting a nice hit on towards the IS-3. Ronald Pele, though, putting another couple on the board. He's on 5. Why not make it 6 right here? No, Ronan's going to get that second last kill. And right now, all we need is Ronald Pele to get one more, and he'll be dropping a 6 bomb here in this match, destroying potentially all but one. Let's see if he can do it right now, as the AMX 5100 is actually dealing with Madman himself. No, Hot Train is going to be able to clean up the T54 lightweight there. And there we go. Swordfish take that one out. Fairly easy win from the Swordfish right there. And it's going to mean that they progress in towards the semi-final. HMNZ, it was a much better, well-fought match there. And the RHM Borsig did actually do a lot of work there. You know, look at that 2.6k damage. That's exactly where you want that that tank destroyer to be in your lineup, right at the top of the scoreboard. And I think I Am Kiwi can be pretty happy with that performance. On the other side, the Hot Train with that AMX 5100, that French tier 8 heavy autoloader, did a lot of work. 2.7k damage. Ronald Pele, 2.6k as well, 5 kills. So pretty good work there as well. So right now, guys, what we're going to be doing is jumping off again to a short little break, and I do believe after this we're getting the competition warming up even more with some semi-finals. So I'll make sure I keep everyone posted as to what's happening next, but for now, we'll be back soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Sofia Events Centre in lovely Bulgaria.